everyone, this is your Champlain College ambassadors Mimi, Chloe, and Shishi, and you're listening to Chamily Drama, broadcasting through the facilities of CFFF, Trent Radio at 92.7 FM in Peterborough, Nogo-Jivonong, Canada. Chamily Drama, it's Chamily Drama.
Before we start, we would like to respectfully acknowledge that we are occupying land in Peterborough, Nogo-Jivonong on the Treaty 20 territory and traditional territory of the Mississauga and Anishinaabe. This land is associated with the Williams Treaty. We offer our gratitude to the First Nations for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor those teachings. Hello, and welcome to our third season of Chamily Drama, Global Perspectives. My name's Chloe, and this is
Mimi.
And today we're going to be talking about some departments that are located within Champlain College, like ESL, Study Abroad, Trent International, and International Development. And today we're also going to have an interview with one of the ESL coordinators, Juan. Champlain College is very proud of our diverse community. We're very happy to have departments like TISA, Trent International, Study Abroad, and ESL located within our college, and it creates a bridge between us and the international community at Trent. Now we're going to have an interview with the Trent ESL Recruitment and Programs Liaison, Juan.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on Chamily Drama, and would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Juan Ursua, and I work for Trent ESL in the international department, so happy to be here.
Yeah. So I heard you were a Trent student as well. How was it being an international student and moving to Canada?
Well, it's always very it's exciting. I think there's a big part of it is this excitement of moving to a new country and experiencing new things, but there's always a bit of fear. I think that's something that a lot of international students share. It's this sense of not knowing what's going to happen, and I think that's normal. But I think it helps starting to get to know people even by email before you arrive. I know that there were a few staff who were very, very supportive. So from the beginning, I felt like there was a small community ready to take care of me, take care of international students. So that definitely helped the transition.
Mm-hmm. And where did you move from?
From Mexico.
Oh, that's nice.
I was born and raised in Mexico, and actually I came to Trent for my second year of my degree.
Okay.
And so I was a transfer student, but I did my first year of university in Chicago, in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
And so I've been moving north for the past 10 years.
And so what is Trent ESL and who is it for?
Trent ESL is our English for University program. I guess the acronym means English as a second language, but here at Trent is our core program for students who want to transition into degree studies, but who don't meet the English requirement that Trent needs. So it is a program for all those students who really want to come to Trent, but they still need a bit of help in their language acquisition. But a big part of this program, more than improving their English, is for them to gain academic skills that will help them be successful students in a university or college, in Canada specifically. So more than just learning the grammar or how to speak, we teach them, especially in the upper levels, how to work in groups and seminars, how to give presentations, how to analyze academic papers. So it's a well-rounded program. It's an intensive English program, but the whole point is to help students transition into university and to be successful students.
Okay. And so what sort of resources does Trent ESL offer students, and how does it help with their transition to university? What are the classes like?
Yeah, well, in terms of resources, the moment they arrive to Trent, they go through an orientation, which we put together specifically for ESL students, not just as international students, because Trent International also runs an orientation for undergrads, but we try to do something that is more targeted to them and based on their English level. And so we want to explain in detail what the ESL program is, and to explain how their courses will look like, and how a normal week will look like, and all the support that they will have. Because we're part of Trent International, we work very closely with their programming staff, and we work closely with academic advisors and academic immigration advisors, And so from the beginning, we want to create this feeling that although they're starting in ESL, they're part of a larger community of international students. And in terms of classes, they run. An average student has about 24 hours of class instruction per week. Let's say on an average fall term, that's more or less how long a week is. And they have 3 classes. So at each level of ESL, they all have 3 classes. For example, our core level, we have LSP, which is listening, speaking, and pronunciation. We have reading and vocabulary, and writing and grammar.
Hi everyone, in case you are just tuning in, this is your Champlain College ambassadors, Shishi, Chloe, and Mimi, and you're listening to Chamily Drama broadcasting through the facilities of CFFF Trent Radio at 92.7 FM in Nova Peterborough, Canada.
And what is the Goose Camp?
Goose Camp. Yeah, Goose Camp is it's also part of ESL. Is what we call our summer programs. So in addition to our English for University, ESL also runs these youth and adult English programs that we've been working hard this past year in putting them in motion, after 2 years of not being able to do so. So Goose Camp is what we call a classic Canadian camp experience, but it has 2 main characteristics. So on one hand, one version of the program is what we call the ESL Goose, and the main focus of that program is to help students learn English, basic English skills, while doing all these classic Canadian camp activities. But we have another version of Goose called U-Bound, which is what we just run a couple of weeks ago for a group in Brazil. And the main point of that is to students who already have the English level, but they still want that experience, that Canadian experience. And we provide a program where we showcase many different academic disciplines, so they can have a little taste of, let's say, of different academic areas to develop their interests and to eventually make a decision about what they want to study in university. So like a very, very short intro to university and what are all the options in terms of academics.
That's nice. And so the students from Brazil, they come and stay for the summer and go back? Or?
Yes, they only stayed here for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And they just went back 2 weeks ago. And this was our first group.
Okay.
For this under the Goose name. And we were working very closely with our partners in Brazil, but they belong to a school called Maple Bear.
Okay.
So they have a lot of schools around the world, and the goal is that for the next coming years we start receiving students from them, but from different schools around the world. Just this year we kind of kick off our program with their schools in Brazil.
Oh, that's fun.
So it was nice. It was a very fun camp. I think they had a good time, and I guess we're gonna start promoting again in September because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for chatting with me. I'll pass it on to Chloe now.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing with us all that information about Goose Camp. I do have a few more questions about it. What kind of activities and events do you organize for the Goose Camp?
Right. So for example, this year we divided camp into 2 main sections. The morning activities, we call them the U-Bound sessions, which is the academic piece of camp. So this year we partner with different academic departments that helped us run 3-hour sessions on 1 or 2 days throughout the 2 weeks. And this year, for example, we had some sessions with the forensic science department. We had some sessions with environmental science. We did a session about business, academic skills. things like that. So it's only for the first 3 hours of the day, 9 to 12. They have these academic-like sessions, and then lunch. And after lunch, that's when we run our fun, not that academics is not fun, but our campy activities, like canoeing. We had a canoeing session. We did some hikes in the drumlin. We had a session with the First People's House of Learning to learn about indigenous teachings and culture. We had a bowling night, for example. We went to the Livelock cruise one day, and that all happened during the week, but also on the weekends we organize weekend excursions where we went for Niagara Falls. We went to Canada's Wonderland, and only 1 day trips, and then we come back to Peterborough and repeat the whole cycle again for week 2. So that's just a small taste of what we did.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's
Yes.
really cool.
Yeah.
What other events and activities does Trent ESL provide throughout the year?
Yeah, throughout the year, because we don't run specific programs like this throughout the year. We mainly run our English for University. We try to put together some programming for the students in our program. We have a student assistant who helps us coordinate those events, and it could go anything from cultural activities, could be a fun movie night or a trivia night, could be a visit to downtown Peterborough, to an art show or an art gallery, could be a barbecue if the weather's nice. So a bit of different things. We also try to partner with some of the colleges whenever we can. We try to partner with Trent International and their programming staff to put together events. So we also run what we call, I already said trivia. Yeah, but especially winter trivia for those students who don't know what to wear in the winter, for example, new students, for example. And so we run a specific winter trivia so that they feel prepared for the winter. We do hikes. We did a hike in the winter last year as well, which is really fun. And creating this idea that even though people love to complain about the winter, that it's not too bad, and that there's really a lot of things that they can do. Tobogganing, we did a tobogganing trip once. So yeah, we try to mix it up every year.
Yeah, that's really cool. Those are good social events that also have a lot of great learning opportunities in them for students.
That's right.
Cool. And how can students apply to be part of ESL or Goose Camp for the future?
Yeah, well, I guess a good point to start is if they can send me an email, jurzua.perez@trentu.ca. I'm usually their first contact, and I can help them direct their questions to specific areas depending on what they want. I can provide advice about what's the best option for them. Some students might not want to come to university specifically, but they want to improve their English. So we can provide support that way. If they have questions about Goose, they can go through me as well, and I can even provide special webinars or meet on Zoom with them. If people are representing a group, they want to bring a group, that's great. I can also put a specific session for them where we can explain what Goose is and maybe do some tweaks to our programming depending on their needs. And, but I think overall, if they're interested in anything that has to do with ESL, whether it is our English for University or whether it is the summer programs, I think I'm the main point of contact, and I can help them any way I can.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for being here today and
you're
sharing
welcome.
all that information.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, and I hope to see many ESL students coming soon.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Thank you so much for watching our episode today. Once again, this is Mimi.
And Chloe.
And thank you so much, Juan, for joining us for this episode of Chamily Drama. I hope that was an informative interview for you and you learned a bit about ESL, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Once again, this is your Champlain College ambassadors, Mimi, Chloe, and Shishi, and you're listening to Chamily Drama, broadcasting through the facilities of CFFF Trent Radio at 92.7 FM in Peterborough, Nogojawanong, Canada. And we'll see you next week.